They've agreed to remediation.
Yeah, so we're just working through the detail with them. Effectively, we will get the outcome we wanted, which will involve remediation. Well, we're hoping to. I shouldn't say we will, because we haven't formalised it yet. But they are amenable and agreeable to doing that, and they prefer that didn't happen through a court process.
Right, someone happy to move? That be Councillor Scott, Councillor McGregor. Further discussion? Put that motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Contrary, no. Chairman's report. The highlight of every third Wednesday of the month. Just before I start, attended Ravensdown shareholder meeting in Frasetown. I'm not sure that's supposed to be there. One, because it was a personal appointment, and two, I actually didn't attend. So I guess one of the comments for the month, I did take a week off with my family over the holidays, which was good, and spent a bit of time up the mountain with my wife, which was also good. So, did I say that good? Well, I mean, I guess the main thing of the month, and it was commented on in the media, but the MOU with Massey is quite significant in my mind, on the basis that, you know, it is yet another set of independent eyes monitoring and commenting on the socio-economic effects of the dam project and proposal, and it will be quite useful to have yet another external viewpoint when the new council does get to the end of the process in regard to RWSS. And the other point, and the deputy was there with me, Two Terrace School, it was a fantastic day. They have got a fairly solid commitment to the EnviroSchools program, and are pretty clear on where they want to be in the process. So they're going for the next step up the ladder. They've got worm farms, they've got huge plantings of vegetables and all sorts of things up there. And it was quite a neat day, actually. Great day. Country schools make their own luck, and they certainly are. So other than that, open to questions, really. So, Councillor Gilbertson.
Assuming you did actually meet Jerry Brownlee and didn't just make that up for fun, what did you talk to Jerry Brownlee about?
Oh, yeah, there was a discussion around our funding and an ability for regions to continue with significant projects, if you like. He's Minister of Transport, and I was there with Taranaki region, Horizons, the west coast of the South Island. You know, we're actually not bad shape, really. We could be better, but we're better than some.
Is it a positive outcome? I mean, reasonably positive?
Oh, he made one comment which I think was quite telling, and that is if rural New Zealand's struggling for transport, well, New Zealand's in trouble. So. And I didn't say that lightly, so the discussions are ongoing, but obviously we're competing with a huge amount of activity happening in the Auckland, Hamilton North area, you know, bypasses and what have you. There's a lot of work been going on up there, and Christchurch is still part of the issue. So, but he did concede the point that New Zealand needs its rural infrastructure to be at least working. And if it's not, we're in trouble. So I thought that was quite, he gave us a good hearing. Councillor McGregor.
On the 19th, I filled in for you at the Mayor's function in Napier.
I know, and it's not on here. It's not on here.
Yeah, no worries. To thank Cricket New Zealand for arranging games here in Hawke's Bay, World Cup games.
Thank you.
A pleasant little function with a little bit of this and a little bit of food too.
Councillor Rose.
You spoke at the New Zealand Council for Infrastructure Development. What did you speak about?
The water storage project, and just how we started on the journey, I guess, and how we got to where we are now, and just a snapshot of where we are now. The 4 strands of work that are current, and probably very clear yes/no points in the process, as we speak, i.e. Investment. Are others going to invest? If not, it'll stop. Are we going to have a design and construction process and cost and timeline that's acceptable. That's a yes or no, start, stop, or continue or stop point. And uptake, obviously, is also part of that. But of course, a lot of that hinges on the investor mix and the design and construction phase and how expensive or otherwise it may be. So, I had 20 minutes. It was interesting. Treasury got up there. The first guy up took two sections. Susan Wood was comparing, and she was playing on her phone and let him get away with it. So I actually had to condense mine quite considerably, but no, it was good. Great reception there. 300 delegates there. They also had a debate on amalgamation or otherwise with Len Brown, Fran Wild, and the CEO of New Zealand, the Infrastructure and Development Council, and on the other side they had Wayne Brown from the far north, who was quite outspoken. It's probably a fair way to describe it, and a couple of other mayors. So that was quite a colourful end to that session. But but no, it was a privilege to be invited. Actually, I thought it went quite well. Councillor Douglas.
Apropos your comment in regard to Mr. Brownlee's understanding of rural links, did he find it ironic about the East Coast Line, do you think?
Rail was off the table on the basis that no one else wanted to talk about it. Although, part of our issue on the coast is we need good, strong, solid infrastructure for transport. No matter what it looks like, we need robust and weatherproof and all that sort of stuff. So, so maybe it does kick him back into life on that one. He may be a little more receptive to a discussion further down the track.
Well, just to say that Minister Brownlee has a letter on his desk as of now from last Friday addressing that particular issue, and I'm going to Wellington with Steve Weatherall tomorrow, not to see the Minister on this occasion, but because Chris Tremaine wants to see us fairly urgently. Couldn't see us in the electorate until for another week or two, but he asked if we'd come down specially to Wellington, so we're going.
Happy to move. Seconder. Councillor Rose. All those in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you. Okay. General business. Andy McFarlane, Councillor Remerswood.
It's just, Mr. Chair, just wanted to ask you, given that breakfast next week clashes slightly with the corporate and strategy meeting, is there any chance, and I'm sure it would be very interesting, worth listening to, is there any chance that we could start that meeting at 9:30? It was advertised to 9 o'clock.
I suspect most of it, if it follows other breakfasts, will be over by 8:30. The meat of the discussion will start at 7:30, should be finished by 8:30.
Yep. Every so often people put signs up like they did before the last election, saying you can't swim that Tuki or the environment stuff to Hawke's Bay Regional Council is useless. But in this case, I haven't actually seen them, but it's been reported to me, and I think Councillor McGregor can confirm that on one end, at least the Tamamu Bridge, there's a sign saying toxic water, dangerous to swim. So, and I think Councillor McGregor confirmed it, but I think they're on both bridges. So it just seems to me that having read the report the other day from the guys about the buoy and the river water quality, that if we don't have a fairly prompt response, preferably in the CHB Mail, to saying that these are rubbish or garbage, that the damage becomes done, and it's become a fairly regular occurrence. I think every last summer they put them up, someone puts all anonymous, but if we don't actually have a very swift and scientific and logical response to it, the damage is done. So I'd strongly advise or recommend that staff look at doing something about that, and perhaps Councillor McGregor, who's actually seen the signs in person, will give them some information about it. I'll go and look at them this afternoon if they're still there. But It's quite an important issue in my opinion.
If I could perhaps respond, I don't think you'll be able to find them this afternoon, Councillor Gilbertson. Apparently.
Might have happened, but I still think it's a valid point that there's a response made to it.
Is there a policy if those things go up fraudulently that staff take them down?
Oh, if they're on council land, or council property, we would be entitled to take them down, but otherwise we wouldn't. But they were drawn to my attention by a staff member who saw several of them yesterday morning, but after Councillor Gilbertson raised it as a notice of general business this morning, I went and spoke to that staff member again, and he said he didn't see them this morning. They'd gone. So, yeah.
Well, Mr. Chairman,
it's been dealt with. We're in general business. I think we're pretty right.
I was just going to comment, and they've been going up for a few years, and I just want to say I've got a fair collection of them in my shed.
Recycle them. Okay. Very, very good.
I mean, it's not really a matter of general business, but as it's very close to the end of this triennium, do we intend to have a class photo taken? We've got a month to go. Traditionally,
and you do have a Lindisfarne tie on.
What's that?
You do have a Lindisfarne tie on. So
traditionally, there's a class photo at the end of the.
Let us discuss that over a cup of tea at the end of the meeting.
Well, we've got two very good looking members retired.
Absolutely. Okay. Righto. Let's move now to item 21, and if you go to page 93 in the